I hope you all have had time to check out my previous vlog that I had bariatric surgery, VSG surgery in Tijuana, Mexico. Please check that out. These are just a few photos and clips from that previous vlog. Just as a recap, here's my surgeon that did my surgery. Here's the photo right after I came out of surgery, just laying in the bed there. And this is post-surgery, getting ready to leave. This was the beautiful San Diego, California. And we was at the port. So gonna have to excuse the background noise. I am back at home post-surgery, and I have my kids because my husband has to take my mom back to her home. But I just wanted to go ahead and do a quick preview of some of the things that I'll be dealing with daily. And so let's go ahead and get into it. I'll definitely try to do a warm herbal tea and sip on that throughout the day. So I have the traditional medicinals daily herbal organic turmeric and ginger tea for joint support and digestion. Really focusing on the turmeric. This is what the packet looks like inside. Try to do this quick. I will be doing some of the sugar-free flavor drink packets in my water, just so I won't have plain water. Just got some Kroger alkaline water here. This will be a big part of my diet for the next 2 weeks. They're the Goya powder bouillon. Okay, baby. Thank you. Sorry, guys. I'll be taking in the Goya powdered bouillon instead of the same thing. It's in a bouillon cube, except for it's in a powder form. So I have some in chicken and beef. I may have to buy more. So this is just some of the beef mixed with some warm water. And 1 pack, stir it up real good. It's good to go. That's just a spoon from where I stored that up. You guys probably, this is from Mexico. So I only have this paper as reference, but I'm just keeping up with my prescriptions. But pretty much I have, for me, I have painkillers, which are like here. And again, this is Mexican prescription, so it's not going to translate to the U.S. You would get your own prescriptions from your own facility. Okay, my son is starting a meeting. Hold on, son. You guys, I knew this was going to be a struggle, but I wanted to document it. So anywho, I have painkillers here that I take every 8 hours underneath my tongue as needed. I have these here that are antacids. I put them underneath my tongue. I have these here. These are antibiotics. I take 1 capsule every 8 hours for 7 days. And then these here are blood thinners. So everybody won't have to be on blood thinners, but because of my history of blood clots that induced blood clots, I have to be on blood thinners. So I have to pay for these. These other things were included. Before I forget, I'm about to put these on, but these are just my compression socks. And I don't know what it's called, but it's like strength 25. So if you're gonna get compression socks, make sure that the strength of them is at least 25, so they'll actually give you the compression that you need. I still have this thing where I have to practice my breathing, so I bought that home. And these are on a bag, guys. Don't freak out. I'm about to put those on. They gave me also these 2 for antacids. They're just like little packets. They remind me of like milk of magnesia or something like that, but they're just like these milky white packets that I can sip on, but they're like antacids. Also, American prescriptions that I have, Gastric. Like once these things run out, I have Gastric. I have Arnica for pain relief, little tablets you dissolve underneath your tongue, and then Tylenol. So obviously, why I'm doing my prescriptions from the surgical center, I won't have to necessarily use my other things. But once these things run out, then I'll go over to here. So again, I'm not necessarily recommending anything. I'm just showing you all what I'll be doing each day. I can also have juice, but again, if I use the flavor packets in the water, that will replace the juice. And then also, I don't have it yet. I'll put a picture here on the screen, but I'm about to order some Ensure Clear because I know that will give me my nutrition I need each day. So he was telling me each day you want to focus on protein and hydration, each day. About that, you guys, I'll be getting some Ensure Clear, and like I said, I'll go ahead and insert that on the screen if I didn't get to earlier. Sorry for the background noise, but that's pretty much kind of what it is. Hello, here I am. I just want to come on and show myself on camera. So yeah, this is pretty much life after bariatric surgery. This is day 1 being home after leaving the surgical center with the surgery. I feel perfectly fine, but I think this should go on record for saying I am going to write down the PIN code to my phone, which my daughter already knows, how to call 911, and I'm going to show her, but not hit send, and also our address, which she knows part of, but I'm going to make sure she knows all of it. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Also, I cannot lift over 15 pounds, so it's been a challenge because this one here, right? This one here wants me to pick him up. Who's that? But yeah, you guys, it's, it'll be kind of a challenge for a couple of weeks. And my kind of total recovery time can be anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks. More like 8 weeks. But I just kind of want to give a glimpse on my perspective for life after bariatric gastric sleeve surgery. I do have on button-up pajamas because they encourage those. And then my pants are kind of loose. It's kind of hard to show you all. My pants are like, not tight. And then obviously my incisions are still here. So I also have to clean these. So I'll use HIPAA Cleanse and clean these in the shower every day. And then I'll switch out my gauze. And then I also have new sterilized silicone tape. It's just upstairs in my bathroom for after I take a shower. So that'll also be each day too. But overall, feeling pretty good. You just have to stay up on your meds. You have to stay hydrated. You have to sip. So I see now, the chicken didn't do this, but the beef, it continues to settle. So I keep having to stir it. Just so that, I'll get the benefit of the seasoning. So let me put a wipe over here that I can rest my spoon on, because I may have to continue to stir this. But I didn't have to do that with the chicken. So tiny sips after bariatric surgery, no more gulps. The beef is good, but I definitely like the chicken bouillon flavored water better. But the beef is good too. Kind of puts me in the mind of ramen noodles without the noodles. But yeah, I more than likely, I'm not for sure when, but at some point I'll probably be going to a hydration bar just to get some fluids, just to be on the safe side, to make sure my body doesn't dry out here. Because you guys, I literally can take like 5 or 6 sips of liquids and I'm feeling full. And then I have to wait another 10-15 minutes. So it's real out here in these streets. And I knew this was coming, and I knew that's what I signed up for. But yeah, you guys, let me take my bonnet off. I'm all up on camera with a bonnet. Oh my God. But all right, you guys, see, I'm feeling full already. A lot of burping, a lot of passing gas, but this is real life back at home. Let me see. Let me close my water, you guys. Sorry, that was a little weird. What I was trying to say is I'm having to kind of keep us downstairs while my husband's gone. So I'm like blocking our stairs with my small son, because it's just safe for me to be able to lay down here and still be able to watch him. So I invested in a long body pillow, which I would have shown on my Amazon haul pre-surgery. And I got like my robe and my blanket. So I'm about to have my daughter put him on the sofa for me on his diaper pad. I'm gonna change his diaper and feed him some peaches. She's already had cereal and milk. And I'm just gonna sip on my bouillon and water, and I'm gonna try to lay down and rest as much as possible. And let the TV go and let that, put it on some educational things and just rest. So, all right, you guys, that's my update for now. Like I said, any kind of other updates here, I will definitely come on and share them with you all. Bye. Well, I still don't have Silas, you guys. My son he just had him some growing gain, and I'm trying to get ready to take a nap, and I got him laying down to take a nap, but he's still talking. Anywho, just wanted to kind of show, I know it looks like chaos, but it makes sense to me. So for all the different prescriptions and everything I have, like one of them I have to take for 3 months. So I made like a little list that has every day for 3 months. And I have a note to take 2 a day. And I set an alarm on my phone. For my bandages that are over my wounds, 2 of them, once I take a shower today, I remove them and they can stay removed. I have 1 extra large bandage that I'll have to replace for the next 5 days. So I'll wash it with HIPAA Cleanse. You all can Google that. And then put some fresh sterile gauze on it. And then I got some sterile tape to put on top of that to hold it in place. And again, I'm talking about these, you all. I have these 3 incisions. So this one is 3 days old, 3 days old, actually 4 days old. No, 3 days old for my surgery. So today when I take a shower, I'll remove these gauze and steri tape and they'll just come off. But for this one, it's kind of a bigger chunk of skin that's open that I'm waiting to close back. So today, like I said, when I remove this from my shower, I'll wash it gently, let water run in it, and get HIPAA soap in it, the antimicrobial soap. And then I'll put fresh gauze and steri strip on top of it for the next 5 days. So again, I have like my 3 months that I'll have to take antacids. I'll have to buy some more of these. I have my dressings that I have to change out for a week for one of them. I have my antibiotic that I have to take for 7 days. So I got that all dated out. Then I have my painkillers as needed, my arnica as needed, and then my blood thinner. I have to take it once a day. Oh yeah, 1 tablet every 24 hours to 15 days. So I got it listed out for 15 days. So just wanted to kind of give an idea of how I kept up with it. And of course, these things I have reminders set for in my phone, like, you know, using my phone alarms to help me remember to take these things each day. And I did go ahead and write out for my daughter. Actually, I can't put that on social media. I'm sorry. But it's just like I said earlier, it's just a page that has mommy's phone code, daddy's phone code. I'm going to show her how to call 911 and then hit the green button, say her name, say she has an emergency. Can you please send ambulance to help, you know, my parent or whatever, and then our address, just so she kind of has it. Also, something else that I think will be very useful, and I'm gonna clean this up. I'm a very clean person, but it's been a long morning. I was feeding my son, but one of these little picker uppers, or like trash picker uppers, I would highly recommend getting one of these, because you don't want to be bending over and lifting and doing things. So if you can use one of these to pick up things on the floor, especially like small things from kids, I would recommend doing that. But I'm gonna go ahead and get all this stuff cleaned up. I just wanted to show like real life post gastric sleeve surgery, at least my perspective of it. All right, you guys, I gotta kind of talk low because my kids are sleeping in the other room, but I'm getting ready to clean my incision. So I'm just using some of this HIPAA antimicrobial antiseptic skin cleanser. And then I have some silicone scar tape. It's here. Took it out the pack. And I have some gauze that I'll be separating, and I also have some water. So I'll go ahead and get my incisions cleared. Okay, y'all, so I'm just a few days post-op, so obviously there's not a big difference in my belly, but I'm just showing you all again. Here's incision 1. Incision 2 is underneath here, so it's really hard to see. But I do have like a little flap of skin that looks kind of funky from the incision being made there. And then I did go ahead and get pre-started on pulling this off for sake of time. But that's incision 3, the one that was the deepest, but it's also beginning to close. So this is just my dirty gauze. It does have a little something on it. I won't show that too close up. But let's have some warm water going. And obviously you can do this in the shower too. My hands are clean. So I'm just gonna start off with some warm water. All right, that interrupted, but let me go ahead and show y'all. So again, I just start off with some water. Make sure your hands are clean. Then I'm gonna go in with some of my HIPAA and pump that on my wet finger. It is like a foam. Put a little bit more water. Just get a nice little clean lather there. Get this in my belly button. And then also get it over here. Give it a nice little rub. Then you can either take your clean hand or a fresh white washcloth or whatever washcloth you have. And I'm just taking some hot water. And now I'm going to pat those incisions to get the HIPAA cleanse off. Try to get in there. Turn my water off. And then they left them wet when they were healing in the facility. So I'm just gonna go in with my sterile gauze. At this point, I don't have to recover these other 2 incisions, just this one. So I'm going in with my sterile gauze right there. Of course, that'll dry the spot. And then I pre-cut me off a piece of the sterile tape here. So I'm just separating that from the backing. It is kind of like pre-cut in little squares, but I needed a larger piece. And I'm just gonna go over where the gauze is like that. Now I'm a little extra and I don't want any dust getting in from the top. So I'm gonna, and I just realized this was pre-squared. So I'm gonna go ahead and tear off another piece. And then I'm gonna do one in the opposite direction as well. I'm just gonna go ahead and tear this off from the backing and just place it here as well. All right, so I've cleaned off my incision spot, and as far as the other 2, again, I was advised not to retape those. It was just this one that was a little deeper, and it was gonna take 3 to 5 days to heal. But this is life after bariatric surgery, at least for me. So I did want to come on and share that I am going to have to return this one item. It is unopened. The seal has not been broken. It's by Zen Nutrients, Wound Bite, Surgery, Scar, and Wound Support, Surgery Recovery Support, Scar Healing Optimization, and Wound Healing Support. I was hoping that I could take these capsules. Of course, I was planning on just pouring the contents of the capsule out and taking it with a little juice or water. I did get them approved by the nutritionist that was at Body Art Surgical Center where I got my procedure done. But the only issue with these is suggested use 2 capsules with 8 ounces of water and food, and use for 6 months or longer for optimal results. Okay, hello, for this kind of surgery, I cannot consume 8 ounces of water at one time or anything even close to that. I can barely take 3 or 4 sips. And also, I cannot eat and sip at the same time. Like, the capacity of my stomach is just way too low. So for this, maybe this would have worked better for like a mommy makeover or something like that. Do your own research. But for bariatric surgery, this is not ideal because you won't be able to take it the way they suggested to take it, with food and water. And it's a certain amount of water. So this was like $41.99 on Amazon. So I've already submitted my return, and I'm just going to return this to my local Kohl's and get my credit put back on my Amazon account, because now I know, I didn't know before, I'm not going to be able to use these. And these, I'll just show them because I don't think I've showed them on this vlog. These are my multivitamins. They're soft chews. So once I get to week 3, or it can be week 6, depending on how many weeks I decide to stay in each phase, 1 or 2, either week 3 or 6, I'll be able to chew these soft chew multivitamins and begin my multivitamin supplementation. So yeah, these are Bariatric Fusion brand multivitamin soft chew in the flavor tropical fruit. So, and it's $60 to come in here. I also got these from Amazon. All right, you guys, it's been an extremely long day, but I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this vlog, like life after bariatric surgery. Of course, it's just beginning because today is the 8th and I just had my surgery on the 5th, but I still have this much of my liquid left. Oh, you guys can't really see. It's like just underneath the beginning of this black label. This stuff is disgusting, but I'm gonna try to keep sipping and get it in me over the next couple of hours. And then out of this 16.9 ounce bottle, I've been sipping off and on all day as much as I can. Of course, I've had some times where I fell off on my sipping. And this was just alkaline water with a drink mix mixed in. I got this much left, so I'm gonna try to finish that. And then because I'm gonna take one of these little anti-acid packets, I'm just gonna get a few sips of plain water, but by no means will I try to finish this. So first day of liquid diet, clear liquid diet at home post-op. And it's been a struggle to even get in my required amount of protein, which is like a minimum of 24 grams of protein a day. This has 20 grams of protein, but again, it's disgusting. And I didn't know that before I ordered it. So, whew, you guys, I'll be glad when I can start like my protein shakes because it'll make it a little easier for me to get my protein in. And I gotta find some way to work through this because it's disgusting and I don't want to drink it. But nevertheless, you guys, thanks so much for tuning in to watch. Take care and be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye. When we post up, 18.